Can I start with Ukraine once again? Speaking of Groundhog Day, uh, so the Pentagon made its announcement this morning. I don't expect you to have any additional details about that. But then on that, but I'm just wondering if the Russian reaction to that deployment that was announced has been that you guys are escalating tensions. And I'm pretty sure I know what your response will be to that, but I'd like to get it anyway. And then secondly, your colleague at the White House just said that the administration is no longer going to refer to, or is no longer referring to, a potential Russian invasion as imminent, because that might send the wrong signal. And I'm just wondering, especially in the context of you saying that this is the year anniversary of getting up and telling us what the U.S. policy is, if was it a mistake to be calling it imminent in the first place? If you didn't really know, what was the point? Why were you describing this as something that could happen, at the snap of a finger? If now, was it what Putin said yesterday? What was it? Thanks.
So thank you, Matt. Well, first on your first question. Look, I don't think anyone here is going to be surprised by the reaction you've noted of the Russian Federation. I mean, this is literally their playbook to turn the reality upside down. The metaphor we've used, that my colleague at the White House used, paraphrasing our boss here at the State Department, this is literally the fox claiming that it had no choice but to attack the hen house. This is, talk about Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but it's actually in the fox's nature to attack the hen house. That's what foxes do. So maybe that's
is that a statement about the
no.
country?
I just think it might be a poor analogy, because the fox.
Okay. Well, I will let you choose your analogy, but I think you get the underlying point. And one other analogy, as it were, is our concern is this idea of Groundhog Day. Because we have seen this before. We have seen something like this before, at least. It was 8 years ago, just about, when the Russians amassed troops on Ukraine's borders. The Russians engaged in misinformation, in disinformation, in propaganda, seeking to portray Ukraine as the aggressor. The Russians then took it one step further, manufactured pretextual provocation that they then cited as a means by which to aggress against Ukraine and to undertake an incursion into sovereign Ukrainian territory. So what we are doing, and my colleague at the Pentagon spoke to this at the orders of the president, these are about deterrent and defensive measures. These are measures that we have spoken to in broad strokes over several weeks, noting that given what we are seeing, the amassing of troops, the bellicose rhetoric, the history that is at play here, it is only prudent for us to take steps in the past several weeks to provide defensive security assistance to our Ukrainian partners. And we've done that at an unprecedented level that we've spoken to in some detail. And the president also made clear that both in the event of a Russian invasion and as a means to deter and to defend our allies on the eastern flank against broader aggression, we would be taking defensive and deterrent steps. And that is precisely what the Pentagon spoke to today.